Hi and welcome back to SallyHughesBeauty.com. I am still here on the last day of shooting for my book, Pretty Honest, with the amazing Mary Greenwell doing my makeup, which is such a thrill. And for the next shot, we are going to be doing brows. The whole focus is on the brows, so Mary is now going to do a brow look and talk us through it.
I'm going to first of all save the brows to last.
Yes.
I'm going to first of all do more sculpting through here to balance the brow, okay? Because otherwise the brow might look too strong. And I'm also going to do a little bit of liner because I think, you know, what's happened with makeup now is actually you can have a complete whole face. We're not frightened anymore of just doing one feature, that famous thing that everyone was talking about. Sort of until about 3 years ago, in fact, it was all about just one feature, bringing out one feature. That's changed completely.
And why do you think that is? Do you just think formulations are so much better that you can make the whole thing look very lovely without being over the top?
I think you're absolutely right. I think it's all about the fact that all products become, like all new foundations and all shadows, and they all have such great they're all formulaized to really work with the skin rather than just layer on top of the skin. So you can actually layer and build without ever looking like you're wearing too much makeup nowadays. Hence you can wear all products. Does that make sense? Like even at the end you will look more polished, but hopefully not insanely made up. You know, there's something about makeup these days which is just amazing. I mean, if you've never got into makeup before, now is a great time to do it because you will, I mean, they're terribly easy to use. They really are. So I was given this incredible brush yesterday, which is a new sculpting foundation brush by Estee Lauder. I'm not going to use it for foundation because you have foundation on. I'm going to use it as a sculpting brush because I think it'll be amazing. So I'm going to take my, the highlighting powder that I was using, the Sensai one, and use this, yes, and just see what happens. Now I'm going to highlight the entire cheek area using this. I might have to put more, so I'm going to put more bronzer on top because I've kind of blended it in a bit too much, but I might build it up, bring it back with my finger. But this brush, as you can see, is actually shaped for the cheek. It's really kind of amazing.
So the bone snuggles right in.
Yeah, wow, okay, so there you go. I've just learned how to use it. It sort of snuggles in, exactly, sort of hugs the bone. Let's see, I'm going to use the other side. So it's quite good at, I wonder how you would use it for foundation, but that's for all of you guys out there to experiment and let me know, actually, because it's sort of, I put on too much powder before. It holds powder very well. It's a fascinating brush. Now I'm going to use a bit of real powder before I do anything else, on Sally's forehead. For that I'm going to go to one of my real favourites. Again, a very used product. Charlotte Tilbury,
I use it heaps and heaps.
I know, it's great.
I use it most days, that powder.
There you go. So I'm now matting down the forehead and then through here. Okay. So now Sally's had her makeup on. We've done pictures and blah blah. So Sally's now had her makeup on for like 4 hours. So it's very natural for a shine to build up. So I'm now matting that down because the makeup is being built. We're building on the makeup anyway. And brows is a pretty serious look. So we need to have the skin looking absolutely great. And seeing skin is my favourite thing in the world. I don't want to.
I quite like it when makeup's been on a couple of hours. Do you?
Love it.
I quite like that look when your skin starts to sort of peek through and there's some natural moisture and...
I love it. Except we're just not for pictures so much, you know?
Sure.
And also, I love it. And on myself, I often find that I'll do my makeup in the morning anyway, because I've got to the point in my life where I don't leave home without it. But when I'm going out at night, I sort of look at my face and go, well, do I need to add
kind of like it, yeah.
Do I need to add anything? No, I don't think I do. I just keep on applying the old lipstick that I wear every day, which, you know, is still my favourite, MAC Cream in Your Coffee.
Yes, you love it, don't you?
I just absolutely adore it. And now I'm going to add the liner, if I can find it, Lauren! No, I mustn't be so cheeky.
My assistant Lauren has become Mary Greenwell's assistant for the day and it's making me laugh and laugh. Lauren!
I'm treating her like I treat all my assistants. There she is. Okay, there she is. Okay, found it. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, do you want some water?
Thank you, that's great. Thank you. Look, she's become a very good assistant.
Thank you very much.
So now I'm going to do the liner. I just want to go into the roots of the lashes, that's all. This is, for me, by far the best liner in the world. It's Tom Ford, it's double-ended. Okay, so there's a thick end for when you want to get sort of Amy Winehouse, or use a smaller end just to get into the roots of the lashes.
And I like that it's a very true black. I hate blacks that aren't black enough, don't you? That sort of horrible transparent black.
Liner is probably the one product that you do both eyes at the same time. You know, often you do one eye and then do the other.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
liner you go back and forth because you say they remain, look down that way, darling. It's one product that you have to kind of really work. So that, for me anyway, this is what I found is best, that you kind of work both eyes at the same time. So now I'm going to soften this liner. So we've done the liner. I now want to soften it. Even though it's a liner look, I still don't want it to be as defined as that, okay? Because this look is really about the brow. So I'm going to now soften this using Silky eyeshadows, which I adore. This palette, which is great, is called, can't pronounce it, it's number 606 in the word I can't pronounce. Anyway, so the colours here, this is an incredible sort of purpley dark brown, which is divine. It blends really well. So the line becomes less, can you hold this in your darling?
Of course.
So the line becomes less defined, look down that way. And it'll just soften it, and you'll see everybody how it's softened now with this. You know, I'm not known for my sort of severity and hard lines, and I think that I really do feel that makeup is so much prettier if it's soft. Like you can be intense as you like, but soft. And going to put underneath the eye a bit, same one. So now we're getting a really great little smoky eye going. We're still going to have a brow. You'll all be thinking maybe it's going to be too strong, but don't you worry. This is about a brow. I just want to get mine. There we go. That's so beautiful.
You look good in rust, don't you? I think it suits you.
You know what? It's because I've got blue eyes. So it makes my blue eyes bluer. But this colour really brings out your green eyes. Because again, it's the opposite in the colour spectrum. Actually, I'm going to put one more coat of mascara on because there's a little bit of powder on the ends. Because these fabulous extensions you have, you know, obviously pick up powder quite easily, which is fine. Look that way. Right, now I'm going to start the brows. I'm going to use this Silky palette. Chanel makes something like this. Quite a few people do. I love this one because I love the 3 colours in it. And this one is perfect for Sally, this one, darling. So I'm going to get a tiny bit of water and use a very little brush. A bit more water from the sink. And then make a little paste. I don't want it too thick. Right, Sally's brows have a beautiful natural bow to them, alright? Therefore, there's no shape to change. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it thicker. And therefore, we're going to look at the brow. Also, brows, everybody has slightly uneven brows.
Yes.
Everybody. It's a natural fact, right?
Sisters, not twins.
Exactly. So therefore, that's a really good comment. I'm going to try and even them out without in any way making them look unnatural. So I'm going to start on the inside corner here and just fill this up here. First of all, just working with a natural shape. Fill it in very gently. Now, you know, there's no point, there you go. That already has brought the brow, this is now more like a complete brow, if you like, yes? We're now getting a stronger, more complete brow. I'm going to do, it depends what look you're aiming for. I'm actually going to start the same side, the other side at the same time. Because what I want to do with Sally is I don't want to give Sally an unnatural looking brow. I still want them to look really natural, so I want to work with them both together. Almost like liner. It's quite about a precise thing, so I'm going to work with them at the same time. I'm now going to fill this corner in, inside corner. And as you can see, the colour is perfect. No brow colour that you use should have any red in it. It's the most unnatural thing in the world. So always go for slightly green based or very neutral. This is a very neutral brown. It's almost like a grey brown.
Yeah.
Where's my little toothbrush? Okay, so while you're doing this, you can also keep brushing them to make sure that everything is going well. Okay, so you're taking on board all the time the natural shape of the eye and the brow. Okay, I can see more and more what's going on. So I'm going to now start filling it in through here. Look, you can see there, there's a little bit of a gap. Not much of a one, but a bit of a one. So I'm just going to fill that in there, and then pull back. you're not really, it's not the hair that you're working on, it's actually the skin that you're working on.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, if you just like put the colour on the hair, it's not really making any difference. You want to get down into the skin for the change to happen, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what you must never do is go below the natural hairline. So you work, if you want to make the brow thicker, go above the hairline. So right now, I'm going a little bit above the hairline, just fractionally, to make them thicker. Anything below, you're going to ruin the shape of the brow, you're going to ruin the makeup, you're going to ruin the brow bone, which is just a very important bone. You're going to ruin everything, so keep it going above, yeah? So always keep comparing. Okay, so I'm going to rub it through, really kind of rub. I was using the word rub. It's not necessarily the right word, but it's kind of a word that does describe slightly what I'm doing.
Mary, was it much harder to do this sort of thing when you started out, when there was much less retouching and everything? The makeup had to be totally perfect. Because there was nowhere near as much retouching then, was there?
No, but I think the makeup, you know, by that alone, I mean, I've been so blessed to work in the time before retouching.
Yes.
So I've been working into perfection all the time.
That's what I mean.
I just think we just did it naturally. Yeah. You know, now I hear photographers sort of saying, you know, don't worry, I'll retouch that. Do you know? And you're kind of going, well, hold on. I'm very happy to remove that. Yeah. Exactly. Or change it, or do whatever else you want me to do, you know? So I think there's an attitude towards makeup in photography, which there never used to be, which is like, oh, not to worry, he's going to retouch it anyway, won't you? You know? Yeah. Okay, I want to show you guys. So this one is, now I've made this one a little bit thicker through here. I'm now going to take this one a little bit thicker through here. I did that on purpose to see the balance, because I'm always working to find the balance. You know, Sally has such a delicate face that to give her like a really thick brow would be impossible. It wouldn't look good on her at all. But a defined brow is gorgeous. So it's two different things. Now, what I want you to notice is the outside corner. Sally's brows, like everybody's, go down a little bit. I've brought it out as much as possible, so the brow becomes as straight as possible, which for me is the way to go. I feel that brows are more modern when they're slightly straighter. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I can remove a couple of hairs at the end if you think.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
Good, because I'd love to do that.
No, sometimes I do that because it just gives a lift, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so,
I'm going to do that.
Whip them away.
Oh, goody, that's great. I'm glad you said that. Okay, guys. These hairs here, for me, are too much for Sally. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take them off, darling. And all of you will see on camera immediately how the brow is lifted. Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we could have done this before, but we've only just discussed it now. So we're doing it afterwards, that doesn't matter. But I'm just going to lift them. So I'm going to take this one. Okay, so now look, you can see that that's become much more defined and has opened the eye up more. These are new tweezers. You know, everything has such a mood and life of its own. These are new. I have my old ones there too. But I thought because these were new that I should I'm training them to work with me. Does that make sense?
Completely.
It's really bizarre. Even tweezers need to be trained your way. The brow should never come further in than straight down the outside of the eye, right? Now, I'm not suggesting I would ever take Sally's brows this far in, but that's the point, that is the point where you take the brows to, right? Which is like never, I would never take more than 2 more hairs off this side, it would come in too far. But there are 2 hairs I'm going to take off this side to get the shape I want. I'm going to take this one off. Just these ones here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the outside corner with the brow compact, if I can find it, but I will find it. And I'm just going to finish off the brow. So I've softened the edges a little bit too much. I'm just going to sharpen the edge a bit. Okay, I think that's pretty gorgeous. Now I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use one of Charlotte's sticks on your lips. pout a bit? Great. Laura Mercier lip liner. It's a nice soft baby pink to soften everything. Head down a bit, sweetie. Okay, that looks gorgeous. I think we have a lovely balance. Also what's happening is, I want you all to be aware that I'm aware that the mouth is looking really kind of soft at the edges and maybe even slightly expanded. That is fine by me. No one would know that. We've actually made Sally's mouth a centimetre bigger by putting a very soft line around it.
Oh, Mary, so lovely. But they look completely natural.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They look perfect but natural.
Yeah, and they've just opened your face up, haven't they?
I love this purple.
Yeah, now, okay guys, a little bit of, do that again so you just want to see, is it quite perfect enough? No, not for my suddenly scrutinised eye. Okay, that's better. Thank you, sweetie. Okay.
And that is why she's Mary Greenwell. So, we're going to go and change my clothes and then take the shot, so I'll see you there.
That's good there. Nice.
That no is actually perfect size in the end, isn't it?
And I think the gold is very pretty. The softness and the brown looks very sharp there, doesn't it?